everybody. Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. Hope y'all are having a good day.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, we're sitting here at a campground back in northwest Arkansas. It's one of our favorite campgrounds. We've been here before. There's no sense in going into detail about it.
No.
But we're just here briefly for a few days. We made a reservation over at another campground over in Oklahoma, a place we've never been before. And this is just an interim spot here until we're able to go over there and check that place out. Then we'll be there for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
So we're excited about going over there to this new campground over in Oklahoma on Lake Oologah. Lake Oologah, and it's spelled just the way it sounds. It's spelled with two O's, O-O-L-A-G-A-H, I believe. I'm not positive. But anyway, we'll be heading over there the first of next week. So anyway, what we thought we'd talk about right quick is our trip. We just got back from our trip a couple days ago when we went out to Spearfish, South Dakota, and we had a lot of fun. It was very enjoyable. Got to see some beautiful scenery, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous drive.
We took 2 days to get out there, and the first day we made it to Mitchell, South Dakota. That is where the Corn Palace is. We were really tired, so we didn't go see the Corn Palace. We did drive by it.
We've been on the road since.
Yeah, we've been on the road for about 12 hours altogether. But anyway, the next morning when we got up, I noticed that it wasn't that far out of our way from where we were to go ahead and head on down to Mount Rushmore.
That's right.
So we went ahead and checked out Mount Rushmore on the way out. Still managed to get to Spearfish by 5:30 or so that evening, 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. And
the drive over to Mount Rushmore was a beautiful drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely gorgeous. We turned south to Mount Rushmore at Rapid City, and like Deb said, the drive was just absolutely gorgeous.
It's just amazing how it goes from just rolling hills to mountains.
Yeah, and huge rock formations and things like that. It just it wasn't at all what I expected. It was way beyond what I anticipated it would be. And I will say this, the Black Hills is absolutely beautiful. The Black Hills is gorgeous. So we took our time and we took time out to go ahead and go down to Mount Rushmore that particular day. And then coming back up from Mount Rushmore, let me back up a little bit. We did run on down to, I'll tell you in a minute, Crazy Horse.
Yes.
And we were going to check it out, but at Crazy Horse, it was $30 a carload, and it just wasn't in our budget. We could see a little bit of it as we pulled up to the gate, and but we decided that $30 really wasn't in our budget.
Plus, we'd already walked around in Mount Rushmore.
And we were kind of weared out because we did a lot of walking at Mount Rushmore.
We don't think we want to walk anymore.
But Mount Rushmore was absolutely beautiful,
yes.
And it was an amazing sight.
It's an amazing achievement.
Yes. Lots of people were there, lots of folks there, and I got the impression it's like that all the time.
Yes.
But the drive into it was absolutely beautiful. And then what we did when we left that area to come up to Spearfish, there was 2 routes we could have taken back to Spearfish. One was basically on an interstate that runs north and south, or we could have taken the scenic route and drove right up back through the middle of the Black Hills, which is what we did.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're all into the scenic
route.
route.
Yeah, we're all into the scenic route. Saw some beautiful areas. Drove through Deadwood.
Yes.
And a couple other really neat towns, mountain towns down in there. And we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. But drove by on the way back up. We drove by 2 lakes.
Yes.
One was Lake Sheridan. The other one was Lake Pactoral. And those are nestled in the Black Hills. Beautiful lakes, absolutely gorgeous. So we went on back to Spearfish, and then of course all day Wednesday we got ready for playing music that evening for the Retread Motorcycle Club, and those folks were an absolute hoot.
Wonderful bunch of people.
Yeah, wonderful bunch of folks. I would say the average age is 65 to 70, somewhere in there. The president, the person that had just been elected president starting then and on, I sat right next to him that evening, and before I got up and played, and he's 85 years old, and they did bring their motorcycle out there. Actually, they have a trike now. They've been riding motorcycles for years, him and his wife. They brought their motorcycle out in a trailer, which like a lot of them did. They trailered their bikes out there, but there were several that rode all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we passed a few of them on the way back home, and they were riding in the rain. We'll talk about that here in a second. Yeah. So we played music for them, had a blast that evening, ended up playing clear up until 10 o'clock, started around 7, and it happened just like it did at St. Joe the year before. I played for the larger crowd at first, and then when they had all of their festivities over with and everything, a few of them stayed and moved on down closer to the stage, and I just continued to play clear up until the staff came in and said, we got to go to our rooms.
We're cleaning this up now.
Yeah. So, it was really a lot of fun. I was looking forward to this the whole time, ever since last year, and it was everything I expected, and I really had a lot of fun. We both did. And then, of course, on Thursday, we went back down into the Black Hills and spent some little bit more time at Lake Pactoral. We also checked out a couple of campgrounds in the National Forest that are government campgrounds. And those campgrounds are really, really nice, had a lot of sites available. However, they are primitive. There's no water available. It didn't appear that there was any water available. I didn't see anything anywhere. No dump stations, no sewer, anything like that. And it did say in the rules, when we read the rules, that they want you to, bring your own water in and carry your own waste out, of course. But they have a lot of sites available. There were 2 campgrounds, and we drove through them, and you've probably seen a little bit of video of that. That day was a little cloudy, so it wasn't quite as pretty as it was the day before, but it was still gorgeous.
Still pretty.
Still gorgeous, yeah.
Very pretty.
But we really enjoyed our trip down there. We saw a lot of beautiful motorcycles. I wish I could have got some more pictures, but when I finally had time to get photos, it had been raining a lot, and a lot of the bikes were covered up. Not too many people were out riding in the rain, of course. We did experience a lot of rain, and the temperatures were cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't hot at all. Not even anywhere near it. So, but we did see a unique vehicle or two. I got a picture of that, and I'm sure you're seeing that now. And then, of course, we came back home. One sad note on the way home, but then I finally found the news report about it here just a little bit ago, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be, but it still wasn't good. As we were crossing the Missouri River coming back near Chamberlain, there was an accident in the eastbound lane. Westbound lane, because we were going east.
Because they were going out to Sturgis.
Yeah, they were heading out to Sturgis. And there was a railing there, so I couldn't tell much about it, but traffic was backed up for miles, and lots of emergency vehicles there. And all I could see when I got up close was a rear wheel sticking up in the air, and from that rear wheel, it looked like it was a Polaris slingshot that was upside down, is what it looked like. So naturally, I thought the worst, because it was blinding rain and everything, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I sure hope they're okay, And as it turned out, when I found the news report just a little bit ago, I was able to go in and find it. They hydroplaned on the pavement and lost control, and the news report said that they ended up on their side, and they were able to climb out without any assistance, which is amazing, and they had minor injuries. Now, when I saw it, and it looked like the motorcycle, the bike was upside down. Because the rear wheel, all you could see was a rear wheel sticking up in the air, and I'm sure I was able to find that particular part of the video and blew it up for you so you could see it, and you're seeing what I saw. So, but I'm so happy to hear that everything was okay, because for several days I was thinking the worst. I'm thinking, man, but I'm sure it still ruined their week.
I'm sure it still ruined their little vacation.
Yeah, I'm sure it did, but I'm glad to hear that they were okay. I'm glad to hear that they were okay. We both are. And, after that, except for driving in the blinding rain, the rest of the trip home was pretty much uneventful.
Torrential rain.
Torrential rain. I mean, blinding torrential rain. And we finally got out of the rain after Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah. And it started settling down after that. But it was obvious that since they had so much rain, that flooding was starting all over again. There was a lot of flooding going on in Missouri that we saw that wasn't that way when we came back out. So anyway, it's here we go again with all this rain. It's been a strange year.
Strange year.
Very strange year. But anyway, that's basically the trip and everything. We just want to take a
We
minute
were
to show you
very
that.
glad to get home, however.
Yeah, we were tickled to death to get home.
We stayed in
Oh.
some motel rooms and
Yeah.
all that, and we had all this room, but we were, both of us, was like,
Yeah,
I can't wait to just get home.
Yeah, we were so happy to get back into
Our
into
trailer.
our trailer, and it was just. And fortunately, a friend of mine, he let us park our trailer on his property, and we were able to plug into power while we were gone to keep the refrigerator going. And although we couldn't run the air conditioner because it was just a 15 amp plug-in, we did spend the night in it when we got home because we weren't set up to come out to the campground that we're at now till the next day. But everything worked out great. Everything worked out great. Was able to get into our campground. We're on 50 amp service now. We got air conditioner going and everything else going, hot water tanks going, and
Delilah was glad to see it.
And
She
Delilah
had stayed
was-
with my son,
Yes.
our son.
and I wish I would have videotaped that when we went to pick her up because man, she just
She was glad to see us.
she was glad to see us, and she kind of chewed us out at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was chewing on me
Yeah.
because he has dogs, but of course he kept her in her own little room.
Yeah.
But still, she knew the dogs were there.
Fortunately, she had a bedroom entirely to herself.
Yes.
An air-conditioned bedroom entirely. In fact, she even had a television if she wanted to watch
Yeah,
TV. But anyway, but she was glad to get
She's
home.
glad to
and-
be home.
Yeah, she was glad to see us again, and now she's just being her stuck-up self and laying on the bed. Right now, she's napping on the bed, and she's napping on my pillow. Yeah.
She likes your pillow.
I know. Anyway, we're here until the first of next week, and then we head over to this new campground we've never been to over at Lake Oolaga in Oklahoma, and we will be showing you all about that. We are going to say one thing. I'm going to try to get this video up tonight if possible, but if not, it'll be up tomorrow, Tuesday. On Wednesday, the 7th, we are going to go live, weather permitting, because we got to do it outside. We are going to go live at 6:30 Central Time on Wednesday, the 7th of August. Today's Monday. And I'm going to play some music for y'all because a lot of folks have been requesting that I do that again. So we're going to do that. We'll start around 6:30. We'll go for 30 minutes to an hour or so. Just kind of see how things go from that point on. Anyway, that's all I know to talk about right now.
That's all we
You
got.
know, you got anything else? All right. Well, we're going to let you go, folks. We just wanted to give you a brief update and everything, and we'll be talking to you again real soon. We'll see you again on Wednesday,
Yes.
the 7th,
The 7th.
at 6:30 Central Time. If it ain't raining.
Well, we got our gazebo.
We do have a gazebo. We could do it inside the gazebo. Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps forgetting this.
Yeah. This gazebo is right there. If you look where I'm pointing, that's where the gazebo is. Right there. There it is.
So we will see you all Wednesday.
Right. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Y'all take care. We got one thing to say. We're not camping.
We're living.
Yeah, this is Bill and Dave with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. See you again soon.
Bye
Bye-bye
for now.
Bye.